So today is the day that the amp rack, the deck, the speakers, everything goes in. It's probably going to be a week, well, not a week, but it's probably going to be a weekend thing. So it's Saturday. First thing I got to do is I got to take these back bolts out of this seat so I can bring the amp rack in and get it mounted. So let's get to work. So the first time I brought this amp rack in here, didn't have any of the wires. I didn't have any. I mean, I had the amps and the DSP. That was it. Man, this sucker has got some weight with all this wire hanging out here. Okay. Adjustments. Be right back. All right, so it lined up perfectly. Now I gotta drop these bolts back in place here. Bolt it down. Oh, can you believe it? I can't get my gun in here. I guess I'm doing this by hand to start. Wrench. Okay, got her bolted to the floor. It's got a little bit of flex to it, and I'm not super concerned about it because when I put the subwoofer enclosure in here, I'm gonna run a bracket from here over to the enclosure, and I think that'll stabilize it. But it's in, and it's, yeah, I think that's gonna work perfect. All right, so I gotta work on, I gotta pull the sill plate on the other side so I can get to the holes going underneath the cab. I gotta run all the wires, I gotta put the deck in. We got a lot of work, let's get it going. So rather than record this whole process, I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing real quick. So I need to route the wires for the sub, right? They're gonna come right underneath that hole there. I screwed in the amp rack, not even thinking about routing the wires behind it, but I also need to take the green wires to come to the driver's side rear for that speaker. So I'm gonna route those real quick. Once I get them routed, I'll come back. Okay, so the subwoofer enclosure is installed. I had to fabricate a bracket there, and I kind of fabricated those two. So that was a flat plate I had to bend twice to get to attach to there, and then on the bottom, and then on the bottom of the box, those were also flat plates that I just bent. So now the amp rack is way more stable, and the subwoofer enclosure isn't moving because it's attached to that, which is attached to that. I've got updates. Okay, so I've got ground, RCA, and I got front speakers plus remote. I've got all of this run. I've got, so first holes for power, that second hole back there, that guy right there, that's gonna be for the rear speakers. And then I was able to utilize, every one of these holes was already here, so I was able to utilize that hole there as well for the ground. Use a little bit more ground wire than I wanted to, but that's okay. I gotta tidy all that up once I get this in. Or I'm gonna put the sill plate in and make sure everything works. So I got the stock deck pulled out. I'm gonna feed wires through there. Now I've done this once already, so basically it's a straight shot, straight down. I pulled this piece off of there, all this wiring. Now there's a lot of excess I'm gonna be cutting off, but so the next step is to basically, I'm gonna feed this down through there, and then I will tape up the RCAs and the front speakers and the remote wire, and then I'll just gently pull it all the way through. So I'm just gonna turn the light on and leave it on so I can see it. up there. Where's it at? Where's my light? There it is. Okay. Alright, so now I'm just gonna feed this guy down towards my light. It should, like I said, just be pretty much a straight shot. Okay, should be is the operative word here. Might be better if I feed it up through the bottom. Let's go try it that way. Okay, I guess I'm going through the top. So sped up, this is just me feeding the fish wire through. Okay, so I'll show you what I got going here. So on the last job I did, or the last mixer I did, I hardwired everything. So when I left that mixer, unfortunately, I had to leave the deck in there because everything was hardwired. This one, I want to make everything plug and play. So I used bullet connectors for all of these, so when I leave this mixer for another one, all I gotta do is unplug all the aftermarket stuff, plug the regular stuff back in, and there we go. So next step will be I'm gonna plug in the deck and see if it works. Success. And this is gonna close day one. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. The checklist is I gotta pull this apart, and then I gotta run on the back of that deck. There is a USB that I'm gonna run over to here so I can power this, and then I gotta run the mic up here, and then I gotta hook up power for the amps. I gotta go to the batteries and hook that up, and then run in wires for the rear speakers, and that's gonna take a while. So we'll see you tomorrow. How would you look at this? It's supposed to be scattered showers today, but the sun is shining, and we do have some clouds kind of off in the distance, but heck yeah. All right, day two, let's get started. So before I get started in the mixer this morning, first thing, I need to get my area cleaned up here. Obviously I've got crap everywhere, but so these are I believe these are going to be the B pillars. Yeah, B pillars. The speakers are a little bit smaller, so I tried 6.5s in the other mix. Okay, so the 6.5s didn't work real well. They were clunky. Getting this back in was kind of a pain in the ass. So what I did, I went with the 5 1/4s. There are guys online that will say 5 1/4 suck, and for the most part, I'm inclined to kind of agree. However, in this application, this is what I'm going to have to use. So if you see here, they're just a little bit smaller, right? So my plan is I'm going to mount them on the outside to this grill. And the stupid thing, this grill is different than this grill. This one detaches. This one is fixed. I don't even understand it. But that being said, it's going to get attached to the backside. I'm going to do a little bit of fabrication. Probably going to wind up putting some threaded inserts, not threaded inserts. So this goes in and it stays in, and it's a pretty lightweight speaker, so it shouldn't have any issues with this popping out. So let's go ahead and get started doing that right now. A hack that I've found a lot of the times, I have cutouts from Mobile Solutions, templates, routing templates. The 5 1/4 doesn't fit the basket. It literally comes up to about right here. So I'd have to use an oversized bearing in order to use it. However, most speakers will come with packaging. And if you notice, this packaging is cut out exactly for whatever speaker you have. So if you use this as your template, You just put it on here, get it centered. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a cross section on this in pencil so I can erase it. That way I can get a dead center, and then I will transfer this on here, cut a circle, and then I'll drop this in, mark where my holes need to be, and then I'll put my threaded inserts in there, and then this side will be good to go. This is what you saw me doing during the time lapse. So now I'm just going to take and I'm going to cut that out. I'm just going to grab a little Dremel tool, cut that out, test fit the speaker, and then put that in. Sweet. So speaker fits perfect. It's a really nice tight fit. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to go ahead and drill out my holes and get my threaded nutsert gun out. Go ahead and throw some nutserts in here. Working with these drill bits yesterday, I found out how sharp the DeWalt drill bits are. I wound up cutting my finger open. That was not fun. All right, so we'll use the next tack, threaded nutsert, and we're gonna go with M, probably, let's see here, I think an M3 will probably do the trick. A little bit bigger, we'll go M4. Yeah, I think an M4 will do the trick. These threaded nutserts are so cool. All right, so there you go. It's ready to install. So go ahead and drop this dude in like a glove, and grab my M4 screws, which I left in here. Everything, for the most part, that you see on my channel, I have picked up just through Amazon. Boy, trying to remember what size M4 is. I think that'll work. Yep. We'll go just a little bit longer. Oh, before I do that though, I forgot that I need the grills. There we go. Yeah. These grills are really cool. It's got this embossed CT on the top. That looks cool. There it is. All right, first one's done. And now we just rinse and repeat for the second one. Why they did this on one side and not the other, I have no idea, but this could be an issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and run some double-sided tape on the inside here, stick this back in so it's more secure. So here it is. It's kind of frustrating if you notice this is kicked just a little bit. It wasn't straight like that, but that's okay. No one's ever gonna see that. But there they are. So next step is I gotta go install them in the mixer, but I'm gonna vacuum it out real quick and then I'll do the doors. Before I move on to the doors, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get these A-pillars installed real quick, but I'm just gonna, I gotta get these wires cut right quick and get a couple ends on them, and then I'll bring that out here and I'll show you how I install that. I'm gonna do my best to show you how this goes back in. I'm kind of limited, but so here it is. It's gotta go down in here. So I have to fish it back behind the seat and then drop it down into place. And what it does is it lives underneath that sill plate right there. I'll go ahead and see if I can get this installed. Sorry, the camera angle, it really does suck. I apologize for that, guys. We'll get this going here real quick. I don't think I said, but I am using the CT Sounds Bio series for this build. Yeah, that's they're not the most expensive speakers, and as I've said from the beginning, this is a budget build. Just to see if we can get a budget build to sound good using a budget DSP and budget amplifiers. However, I will say that I've been using the CT Sounds in my other build, my other mixer, for 2 years. And I know I say budget, but I'm telling you guys, CT Sounds is quality. Like I said, 2 years I had that run and I had 0 issues with it. So it's got to live underneath that trim, and then it's got a little piece in the back that it goes on, and then just carefully clip it in place. There we go. Goes down there, that right there. And I'll get you off the tripod and show you what I'm looking at. There you go. So driver's side is installed, and one of those while you were here things, I used the all-purpose cleaner just to clean up back there. This is one of the dirtiest spots in my mixer because I throw my gloves after every time I'm done washing. I'm gonna move on to the passenger side. Change of plans. I can't do the passenger side yet because I still have that rubber grommet where I got to run the wires for the mobile or the marine speakers in the back. So we'll just go with the original plan, and I will pop these speakers in real quick. And this is not the preferred method for pulling this off, but it's what I got handy, so that's what I'm using. Now on the back here is just a standard clip. Now, I have to give a shout out to Mobile Music in Burlington, Washington. They always have the harnesses I need, and if they don't have them in stock, they order them. So this, yeah, now I don't have to worry about cutting wires. I don't have to worry about splicing, nothing. I just plug it in and plug it in. All right, one down, one to go. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat on the passenger side. Okay, this is not easy to do one-handed. Done. Next part of this install, I got to pull the deck back out because I have to run my wire for the mic. It's going to sit right here. So this piece has to come off, this has to come off, and then I got to go down there and I got to take that off. I got to take that and that off so I can see everything that I'm doing. I got to run the USB power because that's where I have my phone when I'm driving, and this is powered. So if I can power this, and that my phone just stays charged all day long. I am almost to the final part of this install, which is going to be running the wires and hooking up the marine speakers. So what I'm doing right now is I am getting the power and ground done in the battery box. Okay, power and ground are hooked up. This is the most nerve-wracking part. I'm gonna go in and fire up and see if everything works. No matter how many times I do this, this is the most nerve-wracking part, is hitting the switch and making sure everything turns on. So let's hope for the best. Okay, deck is on. Oh, DSP is on. All right, I'm gonna hit the switch and make sure that the amps fire up. Oh yeah, we got power. Okay, now I think I don't have any sound, but I think that's because I have to set this up. You know what? I'll get right back to you. Okay, the part that I have been dreading is finally here. I turned the system on for just a second. I have noise, I have music. I will do a proper demo for you guys when I'm done, but the next chore is gonna be a chore, and I'm gonna flip this around. All right, I got 4 of these. I've got 1 speaker going there. I've got 2 speakers going there, and then I've got 1 speaker going there. So I'm gonna mount those, and then I have to crawl underneath this dude after I chalk up the wheels and everything, and I gotta run wire. So I'm gonna try to do some royalty-free music. It's in. I'm freaking super stoked. So.
All these positions, they come in millions, they block in your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction, cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. Maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Heart, you just gotta take that. Make them take it.
Can't really see that, but it's all there. All right, you guys wait for this. Let's go to the back. So here's the crappy thing. I went to go turn on the rear speakers, and unfortunately this happened. You notice I got the red light of death. So that means the amp's in protect and it won't come out of protect. It's been a week I've been running this and I've tried it, nothing. So I hopped on the horn, I called CT Sounds. They sent me another amp. I mean, I had it within 2 days. I was out of warranty, I had to pay for it. I'll tell you that story later, but I will update you when I get the new amp in. All right, here it is. So the system is in. Replaced that guy right there. Did that yesterday. So everything is hooked up. Everything's running. I've got power turned on right now. So I will hit play on the music and just give you guys a quick demo of the inside. And what's better than having 2 speakers? Having 4.
Vendetta against people who patent it. Being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks. This and that.
Yeah.
Fast, I can roast, I can gas.
That's a wrap.
Last, but I don't know.
So there it is. That's the mixer build. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Comment. Tell me what you think. The next video will be the DSP. I'll just be running through all the stuff and how I programmed it. It's okay. It's definitely a budget DSP. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.